Do you ever wake up at 3 in the morning to the feeling of a full bladder? So you muster up all the strength that you have and crawl out of bed and make your way to the bathroom, releasing all of that pee. And as you turn around to wash your hands, you see yourself in the mirror and you have an epiphany. You see your majestic face in the mirror and you think to yourself, I'm one good looking dude. No, you don't think that? Me neither. Welcome to ranking every Batman Arkham game from worst to best with full explanation. Let's just get straight into the video. This is... Alright, starting off with my least favorite Arkham game, and this is the most controversial thing I'm going to say in probably any of my videos. So please, before you load up that bazooka and aim it directly at my house, directly at my bedroom window, and pull the trigger, blowing up my entire house and destroying everything in it, please, 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 take deep breaths, do meditation, do anything you have to do to not kill me. Alright, the worst Arkham game out of all the Arkham games is easily Arkham Knight.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the f—
And I know you're aiming that bazooka at my window right now. Let me explain why. So, I want to get everything out the way. I want to get this out the way. The gameplay is the best we've ever gotten for any Arkham game. I think the gameplay is outstanding in that game, and it's perfect, it's smooth, it's everything. And that's literally the only good thing about the game. I'm not joking. That's literally the only good thing about the game. The story mode kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. The Batmobile is great for the first couple hours of the game, and then you fight Deathstroke with the Batmobile?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
We'll get into that in a bit, but let's start off with the story. So basically, the premise of the story is that Scarecrow's building a bomb of fear toxin. He evacuates the city, and he's going to destroy the city. Whole bunch of villainous, mischievous, devious, delirious stuff. I think that's cool. I like that. Scarecrow's the main villain is perfect. I also like how it starts off the game where Joker's actually dead and he's full cremated. Yeah, he's literally nothing but like powdered sugar. If it was black and burnt, that didn't really sound... It's not really what I should have said. Then you start hallucinating and Joker starts talking to you, and I love that. That is the only part of the story I love, is having Joker haunt Batman and Batman has to overcome Joker, metaphorically locking him away in his mind forever. Oh my god, it's so good. It's amazing. It's cinematic. It's peak. And Mark Hamill's voice acting just makes it amazing. And I hate the Arkham Knight as a villain. I just don't like it. I know they tried to make it good, and it was so obvious. The moment, if you read one Batman comic, you knew that the Arkham Knight was Red Hood, and they should have just made him Red Hood. Like, why do we have this whole Arkham Knight? Here's some real footage of me contemplating whether or not Arkham Knight was Red Hood, or if I was gaslighting myself into thinking that there were two Robins. I had to cut a lot of this out because I went on a very long yap session. Because I didn't understand how there were two Robins. And then I remembered that there's, what's his name again? If you read one Batman comic, you knew that the Arkham Knight was Red Hood.
What's his name again?
Boy, if you don't...
Jason Todd. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I forgot about that in the moment. But yeah, this is me getting it. Like, first time playing the game, easily getting it. Why is it so predictable?
Listen to this. To all embedded units in Gotham, Operation Savior has begun.
Yeah,
One of you has a role.
I think it's Red Hood,
Your role.
if I remember correctly, but
City and lock it down. I want our hands wrapped tight.
you need Robin for Red Hood. So how would it be
Yeah, but we can't. Where's
Red Hood if we were just talking to Robin?
It's coming down. Lock and load. It could be target vehicle fight.
And that's the story. Like, that's all it is. You go to Scarecrow, like, you're trying to stop Scarecrow, but now you have this whole conflict that, like, Jason Todd hates you and he never died, and now you literally abandon him and you're a terrible person, yada, yada, yada. That right there, it sucks. Don't care. It's a 4 out of 10 story. But the gameplay makes up for it, right? But the side missions make up for it, right? Nope. These are the worst side missions I've ever seen. Okay, let's start off with the Deathstroke ones. Once you complete the story, Arkham Knight basically is gone. Now Deathstroke is taking over the militia. So let me tell you, one of the worst side missions we ever gotten. So you complete a bunch of watchtowers and destroy their turrets, and that's one part of the Deathstroke stuff. Now you have to disable all these bombs while taking on 60 tanks. And when I tell you this gets repetitive, I mean I would have rather put my hand in a blender than do it this many times. That's not all. That's not all. Because now you have to chase these tanks around. I know, right? More tanks. And you take them down. And if I'm not mistaken, there's another thing you have to do. So 4 of these side missions are just for Deathstroke. So you would imagine. And he's talking about how this is going to be the fight. I'm literally so hyped. I complete all of it. I clear the streets. I clear the towers. I get rid of all the tanks. And he goes, alright, meet me at Grand Avenue, Slade. And this is the best boss fight. Why is he in a tank? The entire Deathstroke boss fight is you holding that R1 button and occasionally hitting that R2 button while dodging the most easy missiles. It actually can be as short as 8 seconds long, the fight. You know that?
It took you 4 fucking seconds to piss me off again.
That's how they end Deathstroke's story after Arkham Origins. In my wonderful tier list that I've made, say hello to the tier list. Go ahead, say hello. Why aren't you saying hello? Actually, the graphics are really good. Alright, up at the C tier.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Arkham Asylum. Yeah, I do think Arkham Asylum is better than Arkham Knight. Sue me. I have real reason to think that. 1, you get boss fights in the game. And let me just tell you about this story real quick. Let me tell you about this 10 out of 10 story. Okay, maybe not 10 out of 10, but like 9 out of 10. You take Joker down after he burns down a bunch of people and buildings, and you get him into the asylum, and the entire thing was a trap. He wanted to be there. So now all hell is broken loose, and some of the craziest villains are just roaming the asylum. And you hear this chime the entire time, which literally makes you run to the bathroom. Just listen to this chime. The storytelling and the pacing, I feel like the pacing could have been a little bit better. It was a little bit too slow for me. But nothing was actually bad about it. I actually really liked that part. And we actually got some boss fights, like a Bane boss fight, which was also terrifying. And the entire plot of him using the Titan to make like super sane people is terrifying. And it's genius. Combat's a little clunky. What do you expect? First ever game. This game started it all, paved the way for these games to come out, and oh my god, I just love these games so much.
Hey, yo!
I don't have much more to say about this. It's just so good. With that being said, Arkham Asylum is the easiest A tier game I've played. Alright, so you guys know the drill. Same thing as last video. It was gonna be one part, and I talked too much. Like, it's an actual problem. This is also gonna have to be a second part. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I got nothing else to say, so again, thank you for not shooting my house with a bazooka. Wait. Who is that standing outside my house right now? Are they holding a bazooka?